Rilinid will nod in this information, and using sort of his keen insight, he'll just for like this counterweight. Alchemist, taking advantage of such a matron by threatening her children and the future of her entire race, would that not be as atrocious as, say, somehow taking command over the birthing caverns of your people and threatening them and holding them hostage?
Something like a shadow comes over the alchemist. And you see him for a second tense up as if to, charge down on you. And most likely kill you all. But he seems to, gain control over himself. Certainly that is not something the Xan has any inclination of doing, he nods. But for someone as crafty and resourceful as you, perhaps it can be useful. As I said, I am interested in solving the Skisral problem.
So be it. I did not mean to say that I would. He cuts the thought and shakes his head. You will understand our intentions well enough, one way or the other. He's just Rilinid just sort of cuts it like, I'm not even gonna try to fucking play with words with this thing. I don't even know how smart this thing is. This thing has probably lived for thousands of years. Whatever. I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna be direct.
Alauneari still seems a bit sort of distracted, really, as if there's something as if she's really itchy all the time.
Oh boy.
And sort of looking at Rilinid, seeming that he seems to just be blabbering now. Still step forth again and sort of look at the alchemist and say, "Great alchemist, I must admit, there is a question. I might ask the scholar, but I would rather have the answer sooner. I feel in my mind something to the south, something incredibly powerful." So look at him.
You can do everyone can do a sense motive check.
Sense motive?
Yes.
This is a mushroom?
Yes.
There we go.
Goddamn, Manaki, you and your high rolls today.
Motive is a class skill and a wisdom based one, so
No.
best ones.
Yeah, Alauneari and Rilinid both get the feeling that this is a topic that the alchemist does not want to discuss at all. And again, you see sort of this shadow come over him. As if he's considering just killing you right then and there.
Rilinid had thought about this, and he whenever Alauneari asked this question, in his back of his mind was like, where's that?
Alauneari continues. I wish to know if this is something to be feared. It is as if it calls out to me, as if it wants my attention.
The alchemist moves
and yet
up his hand. No more, Drow. We do not speak of this with your kind. That is the end of it.
She frowned, looking to the scholar and the sage, then looking down, nodding slowly. I see.
The alchemist, moves on his dais. Very well then. You are guests of the city of Xan. We will arrange for accommodations for you. And you may stay if you wish. If you wish to talk about our people, And with our people, I direct you to the Sage and the College of Dreams. He looks around. I think this audience is over.
Really, just sort of like nervously nodding. Yep.
Alauneari bows deeply.
Sliding the mask on.
The alchemist nods. Fare thee well, scions of House of Vytharia. I pray for a good future for both our people.
Now, full speed retreat.
Bows deeply and makes sure that she's the last one to leave. As she looks the alchemist into his eyes, and then bows and then turns and leaves with her siblings. She has a gnawing need to know what is south right now, and since he did not tell her to not seek it out or not attempt to communicate with it in some way, she most certainly will.
And then,
Rilinid had nightmares flash behind in his head. Like, the first one, the prompt was him, like, playing around, and then he saw how angry the alchemist got, like, oh, God. And then the whole God thing is like, oh, these reflects on how surrounded they are, how isolated and alone the party is.
Well, and there is no illusion of that.
This
again,
entire
this
being...
was all part of the plan.
This single being might be capable of killing the entire party. How bad of a feeling did my character have?
The alchemist did indeed seem quite ancient and quite powerful.
Yep.
Alauneari is not really... It's like, in her mind, something's overshadowing that ancient, powerful being. Something even better.
Well,
she wants a bite of it.
You can go hang out with Agares and tell her all about it, man.
Oh yes.
Tristan looks like she's been through a lot of torture. She's so bored out of her mind. She's like, what the fuck was this about?
Well, there, you're really so.
Me
I
probably taking
propose
a
we
call
stay
right now.
here for as long as we can spare.
Oh god.
Says that non-commentary.
Rilinid,
The nightmare just won't stop, will it?
Rilinid nods and says, "Indeed, we cannot place a value on how useful knowledge of them would be, as well as knowledge of this area before we continue our journey. Perhaps we could spare as much as a week, even more. What are weeks and months compared to the centuries we have?"
Well, yes. And we have not spent more than a week here as it is.
It's true, we've only spent a week.
We still do not have a way to get across the lake anyway.
Tristan walks over to Miku and says, do you have something yummy to eat? Something sweet? Flavory?
Miku seems to consider. Perhaps there is something. If you follow me, I can perhaps take you to where some food is. He sort of seems to consider. I must confess I am not quite sure what you people eat. So,
Just looks at him. Just, okay, it's a date.
Alauneari raises a hand. Sister,
Yes.
at some time when you feel a need for something to do, I would like to request that you would take a look at my lizard. He seems a bit unruly at times, and he could do with a bit of training. He gestures to the scorpion. You seem to have done a good job with that one. Perhaps you would attempt to teach him a few tricks, or maybe make him a little, wiggles his hand, more agreeable if his aid in combat would be necessary.
Okay. I can try.
Do you get to have a
That
date with
would be
Elizabeth?
much appreciated. She then gives her sister a smile.
Oh.
She seems to be in a good mood, although slightly agitated by this whole not being able to know thing.
Yeah, one of the Mycoloid soldiers will approach you and, in a voice similar to Miko's, tell you that he will show you a place where you can sleep and rest inside the city.
Okay. Is it hospitable here? Not like asking, like, in character, sort of like a... of, like, the numerous threats within, like, the fungal jungle, or
Well, it does feel a bit heavy to breathe in here, and it's like, like you're getting like this turn to feel in your throat that you have a lot of like slime building up. You're not quite sure, actually.
Well, that can be something else worth learning, I suppose.
Am I dying? Well, yes, you are. Actually.
You see, we Mycoloids don't actually have lungs, but with your peculiar structure, you are, in fact...
Right now you're giving birth to several of us, just standing here. It's quite good.
I didn't know I served as a birthing cavern. I don't know how I feel about myself now.
Congratulations.
Do I get, like, a medallion? Like a diploma?
Why not?
Well,
A diploma
Alauneari,
mushroom birthing.
Alauneari will create for herself air bubble spell tomorrow to aid with the...
Does it last for an entire day?
No, it lasts for minutes, but it's a nice refreshment.
Like,
Finally, phew, I can like clear my throat. Such.
cough up this weird
Jonas?
slime.
If I get sick, I can remove sickness.
How does it
That's-
look? Is it just like coughing up spores or phlegm? or what?
Well, yes. Well, if Rilinid, gets a coughing fit and coughs up some phlegm, when it sort of spits it out, it has a weird like rainbow texture to it, like almost like slowly glowing on the ground, and like all the colors of the rainbow.
That's gonna look fucking weird coming out of the mask.
Yeah.
And on this, Raid will actually reach into his bag and will actually pull out a filter mask and just put it on.
You son of a
Completely
bitch.
covering his entire face in this
All right.
visored mask.
Excellent.
Yeah, buying one of those might be an idea.
They probably don't
They
have
have it.
filter masks.
They're like, what?
Why left?
It's food flying around. This is what
Yes.
you get to eat as well.
Nutritious.
Oh my god.
So
Are you
just
spitting out your
swallow
food,
it,
pointing at the phlegm, like
eat it up from there. That's concentrated.
exactly.
Yeah, lizard is probably like all pink now. Like
Yeah, the
rainbow
lizard is
colours.
like on his back, like.
So how do our accommodations look?
Well, the accommodations are situated in one of the smaller towers.
Okay.
When you get in, you get the feeling that this is not. I mean, it's certainly not an inn or a tavern.
Right.
It is basically what you would consider to be like an empty room, like maybe it was some sort of storage once upon a time. But now it's like basically an empty room where you can, and there's a chest in a corner made by mushroom bark. You can store things if you like. But apart from that, it's very barren in here. It doesn't seems to be, there isn't like beds or like furniture or anything.
So we have a large communal room, basically like a cafeteria, only without all the furniture.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The Miku and the Mycoloid Soul will instruct you that you also have been granted by the alchemist access to some of the stores of the city, allowing you to purchase supplies or items or equipment that you might need.
I'm glad with that. I think Rilinid now is just is happy to accept many things because he's not down. a thing he considered.
Especially the town seems to be, if you ask around, seems to be specialized. Have a very good output of like potions and alchemical things.
I can't.
Oh, great! How ironic.
Imagine why.
Yeah, exactly.
We have some potions. Actually,
Some of the items are rumored even to be made by the alchemist himself.
so So just a question: do gnomes bane contain Micoloid? Is that one of the ingredients?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but you know,
That would just be perfect, wouldn't it?
I'm not sure now that you think of it.
I've
You don't
I've never exactly made them. I don't exactly think they're going to be interested in gnomes bane either, but I figure they might be interested in alchemical reagents.
For now,
I'm
the
gonna sell them.
the city of Xan has a base value of 1,000 gold for you.
Okay.
Sort of illustrating that limited access is being granted to the markets.
Do they have any special sort of mushroom things?
They have if you want anything made with mushroom, this is the place.
Right.
Well, just saying, I'm so glad I bought the filter mask now.
You know,
Yep.
I figure that the rates and the market value might improve should we perhaps ingratiate ourselves to the people instead of doing as I warned against and not almost getting us fucking killed.
I mean,
Tell me
There's
more
so
about
much
your
going
god. You never tell to people like us.
well, it's not necessarily a god. It could be anything, really. But certainly, it's interesting.
Oh my god.
Also, you can all make a fortitude save, except Didius.
Woo!
no.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
Gonna die.
Give me my
13.
acquisition.
13's good enough, right? I thought we have drow poison flowing around.
And if that's not good enough, I'll get one of my numerous saving throw rerolls.
That is enough.
Fantastic.
12 is enough.
Oof.
Yes, you still feel as if you have some trouble breathing, like a light asthma attack maybe. But you still definitely feel like you can you're not dying or anything in here.
This
It's
is going to be an uncomfortable week. Great.
Yes, in many ways. Do these things even sleep? Do they have a bed?
It doesn't really seem like it much.
Out with the bedrolls.
You haven't seen any.
They
haven't
don't
seen
have
any
to
beds.
sleep or eat.
So I think I'm gonna pull a Wagner Grimbeard and like pitch the large tent inside the large. Bing, 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 bing. Go inside it.
I'm king in here.
That's right.
That floor was my friend. Oh,
Well, maybe like I'm pretty sure the floors are made out of some like regenerative, easy to replace substance. It's fine.
maybe it's like a big mushroom thing.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to offend them any more than asking the question, Alauneari did.
Alauneari's not the most culturally sensitive person. That's not really something she considers much.
Zacharias has prepared a book. I've prepared a book. Things Grimith has noticed. Part 17.
Well, I think we will stop the session here.
Like a good place.
I figured as much.
City of Sun, yep. You are, as per the alchemist's admission, you are welcome to stay in the city for as long as you like. So basically, I think we kind of can decide now how long you wish to stay here, and we will resume. Sort of basically when you decide to head out again.
Let's see. As a whole, we spent 13 game days in total over the course of the session. We spent 6 traveling from Fastervault to the southern entrance. We spent another 6 traveling through like our slow exploring, and then the 13th day was us traveling like the final hexes to here. So I guess we're on day 14. I think we should stay a week. That would give us enough time to learn things.
My inclination as well.
It's
All right.
It's a nice sort of gesture, like a number. Maybe less, depending on the situation. We might get killed during the downtime.
All right, 7 days. That is certainly doable. We then have 7 days of downtime. If you wish to do anything special during that time, please inform me. Write a text file or something, and we'll take care of that. I think that conversations and questions, if you want to talk to the sage, that might be something we do as a group, because that might be interesting. But if you have questions for a sage, please provide them to me, and I can prepare answers.
Will you provide us with questions that the sage will ask us so that we can prepare answers? Fantastic.
Yes, I will.
Exciting.
I know, exciting. We can have we can ask each other awkward questions. Why am I coughing up rainbow-colored phlegm?
Well, you see.
Yeah. Fuck you, Brodard Quink.
It is something that when we wish will activate inside your body and kill you instantly. It's a way to control you, really.
And he puts on small glasses.
He doesn't have a nose. He can't do that.
It's like, they stuck.
Like goggles?
Yeah, goggles.
Tape them on.
He straps them around his head.
Well, you see.
Well, this has certainly been an interesting session full of... We had a slow, rough going there just due to, I don't know, lethargy, but then we were accosted by death, and somehow we didn't die.
Stuff certainly happened.
And Manaki got talked to a whole lot in this session.
Yes, lots of horrors and nearing great evil monsters and now incredibly powerful ancient forces. So yes, things will happen. And
Alauneari is storming the gates.
I was about to say, we're gonna fucking come back. During the downtime, Alauneari died. See, she rushed the fortress to try to get into the birthing caverns, and the guards killed her. Oh, I see.
She returns with a huge mushroom growing out of her
She can always change her looks with her domain spell into looking like Rilinid.
Uh-huh.
Before she does anything. So, that's something.
Yes, but you don't have his rakish charm.
They don't know him very well. They probably don't get it.
Besides, you couldn't do the voice. Let me be honest with you.
We can't hear different between their voices. Why should they have a
I don't know. I could hear differences in Jonas' voice.
Subtle.
Hey, buddy.
You see, when you get to be a veteran player and DM like myself, you pick up on the subtle nuances provided to you by the DM.
Thank you. Someone notices. Woohoo!
That's right. Someone noticed that we were about to have a TPK.
Jonas?
Yes?
He said he pointed out where the skish roll were.
Yes, he did.
Coordinate, basically.
Yes, I can. Hang on. Well, now I shut down the servers. It's kind of moot now, but yes, I can provide you with the...
Well, I have my own notes I can write the coordinate into.
According to the alchemist... let me just bring up the map. The Skisral village is located... Or village, but yeah, the Skisral dwelling is located in 1403.
1403. Okay.
I thought I'd be coy and cute there, like, you want us to take their young hostage. How would you react if we took your young hostage?
I didn't think that was a good idea. I tell you.
Well, I didn't think the whole asking about the enormous power of the South was a genius idea.
It didn't seem as bad as threatening, clearly those breeding places are very important.
I'm not threatening their breeding places. I'm saying that it seems ethically irresponsible. It would be rude if he wants to live in peace to try to do such a thing, and you're like, "Oh, can you tell us about this absolutely amazing power singing to me and compelling me to meet it?"
It was more of a, should I stay away from it or go there? And he's like, "Nope, I'm not even going to get into that." I'm like, alright, I guess it's not that dangerous then.
I'm clearly going to go there now.
If they really did not want you to meddle in it, they would have told me not, to just shut it out.
I'm pretty sure the context clue of never bring that up again ever, with the murderous look in the mushroom's eyes, should reveal that.
Mean that they don't want to talk about it.
Maybe they're just shy, you know? Maybe it's a present for Alauneari, they're just hiding it.
Like we're not talking about it.
Maybe
It's a
If
she.
you want to
Why?
go, have a look, fine, sure.
Well, you have fun, using your disguised self to play Sneak Devil or whatever the hell to try to go meet it.
You'll not need to go sneak anywhere.
I mean, you have your
If it
pretty.
can affect her as it does, then maybe she can, make it know that she's interested.
Maybe Agares herself will bless you by kissing your skin, and you will be able to walk among the Mycoloids and see this great power.
See the world as they do.
Which, of course, also in itself
Everything's
seems like a suicidal idea. I feel this enormous, overwhelming power, but it's not hostile. It's totally. I'm like.
I will go poke it.
Are you insane?
The tear opens in reality and just
For fuck's
it
sake.
ends.
We were
just ends.
protecting it with our entire civilization.
I kind of regret coming into the fungal jungle. This was full of nothing but terrible ideas.
I mean, it was not as terrible as I expected, honestly.
Everything was great until we arrived in Zan, and that's when everything just fucking went
You
down.
just had to help the Mycoloid, right?
DDS expressed his full-on gratitude for me doing what I did because of me saving him, we got to have incredible conversations.
We did. And I did, and you'll see that on the video if you look. I sent him a private message.
And also you got to use his mask.
That is definitely something I was like, something that blocks out airborne attacks.
That might just be what we need for that psychedelic cloud thing, right?
I had considered it and let it go.
I was like, this might be a good idea. I think I'll pick one of these
Do
up.
they have those on offer here? Or is it like no, you can't buy the hide from undead shirt in the place threatened by undead? Because that's,
Well, the
of
difference
course
is I don't
not.
think they breathe, so they would never make one.
No, I guess
It's
not.
like it's like, what do they have to filter themselves from? They're native to.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the goddamn cloud things.
Maybe that doesn't have an effect on them.
Well, then they wouldn't have a problem with it. I'm pretty sure he mentioned it. But what do I know? All their culture and all that, that might be fine. Alauneari doesn't really care about that. Their history,
Okay.
it can burn. She doesn't really mind. But whatever power there might be hidden, that's interesting.
That is not going
Weaknesses
to.
and strength they might have.
That is not going to endear us to them at all.
They're not going to tell anyway. Why do we need them?
Because they could fucking smite us with but a thought. I at least want to have a non-hostile relationship.
Yes, for now.
I'm pretty cool with not colonizing the fungal jungle my entire lifetime. Unless it is absolutely pivotal to securing the dominance of this family, let them get it.
I mean, everything that's not us is an enemy, right? So,
No,
by that logic, at some
no.
point, our power will be so grand that we can simply do it, and that'll be a time.
I think that logic is. I think that I will leave that for the descendants to fuck this family over. Our children need something stupid to do.
Old man Rilinid warned us.
I
Listen,
will attack
kids.
the gods before I take the fungal jungle.
Never returning.
I will smite Agares herself before I set foot in that mushroom-infested hell again.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I did it. I took
like
the,
Oh, he did it?
I took the
Almost
name
like
of the
a
black
shockwave
artist
through the assembled children. Like, he said
They all
it.
do like the Agaris undetermined sign.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay. She speaks to me too.
But they all also like giggle because this is kind of what they do to sort of try to bait him into,
Into doing
being
blasphemy.
rude about to be rude about the
wait,
guests
wait.
because they think it's so fun and hilarious.
That's like the
And then they go to Wood Jungle
grandkids just like troll me at like the holiday gatherings, like
Yep.
Grandpa Rilinid. Okay, good.
God damn it!
I thought this was all over. There's like miniature Alaunearis, all of you. I will never be free.
That would probably be very dangerous for all of them.
Princess. No, I'm the princess. I'm, of
Yes,
course,
my
associating,
children, the
like-
most powerful of you that can kill all the others will
That's it.
inherit realm.
I'm associating, like, endearing, like, you know, like, terms from my society upon them when it's just, like, a cruel, cold, manipulative society. It's totally not going to be happening.
And then there's, Rilinid sitting with all these, like, old of all kinds of weird races, having no drow friends, but hundreds of thousands upon, like, weird, intelligent creatures.
Yeah, I know, I reflected upon that when my entire family ditched me, and I'm, like, standing back to back with a fucking gnome and a mycoloid against some weird thing from the pool. I'm like, what the fuck?
What have you been...
I'm not even drow. I'm actually, like, an actual elf. I hate my life.
That's his choice in life.
Oh my god. I am the Messiah, apparently, and so I need to Messiah these things.
Sure.
You know. You can't be
No.
doing this fancy word pussyfooting bullshit with the
Hail you
alchemist.
bidet and everything, right?
I figured, I would let it go. I would let the string play. I didn't want to interfere, Manaki, while you tried to sell the alchemist, and it just didn't seem like he was buying anything.
Well, he might enjoy the attempt.
I think
And
with
it's
that,
not actually as much lying as he's done to many other people. She's actually being very sincere this time in much of what she's saying. Like, yeah, we ultimately do want to have you aid us, but I mean, and she basically said, but I don't really, like, I can see that you, like, this would be no threat to you, honestly. I see that now. Yeah.
you gotta communicate in terms these people are willing to understand and accept, in which case the alchemist is like, oh, you guys, you so crazy bunch of drow. Every century you guys come in here and just try to think of new shit to steal more of my people and turn them into potions.
I remember last time you people tried to talk to me. Yes.
417 years ago, when you first established Vothas.
We had to scrub the floor for weeks to get your blood and intestines out.
Maybe he's calmed down in his old age, and that's why we didn't die.
He wants to make us into potions.
Take them to the brewery.
Mycoloid healing potions, yes.
Yes, 95% pure drow, actually.
The mycoloid flesh crafting potions.
Yep. The vicissitude, that's actually
You've
what the
made
sage
the
practices.
meaty drow.
I didn't know there's some meats. Shit, we're gonna be like Zlok.
That's what the gnome Spain potions are.
Zlokta.
Yeah.
I forgot how to pronounce that word. Zlokta? Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, if we
That's
had
how
the
you
Storm
pronounce
of
it.
Vengeance.
Storm of Vengeance, yes.
How it would change.
I mean, I'm an expert at torture. I need to learn their pressure points. This will be my study over the week, yes. I will ask subtle questions to Miku, who apparently has a life bond to me.
I return at level 18. I'll use Cursed Earth on this place. Make all plants in the area wither and die.
That would certainly
should
be. That would
They're
certainly be.
plants, right?
I think that would be very bad for everyone involved.
And then their god wakes up and...
Every living creature
Like,
gets
what the
blinding
fuck is going on out here?
leprosy.
My creations! Oh shit, I made it hostile.
I don't know. Alauneari thinks herself, this god might be more of an equal. And that's
I see.
it's good to talk to someone like that.
This god might actually be equal to me, my goodness.
Almost. Well,
For as blasphemous as I think my character would be, I think there must be at least grudging respect, if not fear, for every single god in existence.
that is usually how it is. Yes.
Yeah.
I might not like you, Saren Ray, but I know that you can rend the earth and heavens. So
yeah, I mean, it kind of be like even like this chaotic good guy is gonna be like Asmodeus. He's kind of fucking powerful, so maybe I shouldn't try to stick my finger in his eye every single day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna defecate on the altar. I mean, yeah, I know I have the chance. I mean, I can just drop my pants and do it, but I probably won't.
Suddenly a minis or like pit fiend will come out of nowhere.
Yep.
Awkward.
That's the way to make it the pet fiend.
Yes.
Defecate on the altar.
Fuck like planar call or like some sort of other summoning.
This works very well, actually.
A gate? No, I defecate.
Yeah. Every time I defecate, a pit fiend shows up. God damn it!
Why did I get this job?
I love that image.
She just like mock like infernal
Make
mock.
like a greater contingency. Whenever I defecate, I want a gate spell to summon this pit lord.
Oh, did you do this again? Oh, God.
Like, there's like this one pit lord who's assigned to handle this. Like,
Yeah.
it's his job.
You are proof duty for the rest of the next 1,000 years. Like,
And he shows up with his infernal mop and bucket with like a hell face on it. Like it's like
I clean the goddamn altar.
Okay,
Do you not think of me? So selfish.
you think these good-minded heroes would have the common sense to realize that defecating on an altar of Asmodeus, the god of hell, it might not be the best idea.
Evil! Don't you understand? You forced me to do this.
oh,
It's my will.
God damn it. Why did I end up on bog duty? I don't understand.
I mean,
this.
they could have at least
Never have
destroyed
attended
the
the cr-
thing. Seriously, they just left it here.
Just look at this! It's a what the fuck? It's like a
Oh, they've painted the walls. Oh, like a public toilet.
They don't even know how to.
Oh.
They don't even know sanitary things. This is terrible.
What is this?
What did this
Brown
part
finger
eat?
paint
I mean,
again.
it smells like
What do these
Abaddon,
people
for God's
eat?
sake.
Oh my god. So yes, the whole example of like, if I ever like personally meet like an avatar of Saren Ray to be like, I have like redeeming qualities, right?
We have a lot of stuff in common.
I understand that, I am unredeemably evil, but I do
I don't
have
like
merits.
You don't like devils? Maybe we could work together. If you gave me like a devil-slaying super weapon, I could kill those devils. Right?
We can still serve each other's interests,
And he's like, I hear none of your talk, fiend. Like, huh.
So
Well, that's
I speak the truth on account of you being a deity. I'm not lying. I try to bring these people together.
Teleportation.
That's right.
I flee to Faerun. Goodbye.
That's right. My family calls me a messiah. I am attempting to bring peace. What do my motives matter, so long as the end result of happiness between these people are achieved? They want to kill themselves! I'll bring an end to it!
Yes, that'll be an interesting conversation when that happens.
When that happens?
It's the end of book 1.
Yeah, when the
Eating a
archangel descends from the heavens.
Like
No,
personal
you have killed all
avatar.
the Niculors. How the hell did you do that?
We must succeed on like a very hard diplomacy check versus like an avatar of Saren Ray.
Yep. Greater aspect of the
Oh, I
deity.
have 2 spells I can prepare. Give me an additional plus 6 to diplomacy.
Convince me why I should allow you to live.
Intimidate.
Oh, I will draw the sword, the fiery
Because
sword
you
of
wish to
creation.
continue to live as well.
Will lock you
all
in.
the while, she's like blinding us with like powerful light.
Yeah, she will lock you in an internal prison with the sun as you're, like burning you in the face.
Purify your food, please. I command you to stand down.
Okay, I concede. You are actually my equal. You might even be a little bit better, okay?
Protection.
You might. I just, don't push me on this.
You are not undead.
Channel
That's something I've
energy.
known for me, right?
Have you ever wondered?
You channel energy against a deity.
Yeah, it's like days, Saren Ray can't save.
Saren Ray's like,
Roll the 1 days. Yeah.
Saren Ray's like, fucking really? Okay, my turn.
Pulls up my
What
garret.
does Renee's channel be like?
I don't know.
Saren Ray channeling.
Actually, they don't channel actually because they're not clerics. They just have cleric like abilities.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
you know,
like
is it-
being
second
close
level
to her
Well,
would be
well, you
like-
know, like deities, at least in like 3.5, they have their own class levels, so there's no telling what they might have or what they can do.
Clerics, they just have like all the cleric spells as spell-like abilities.
They haven't statted any of the deities in Pathfinder because basically they say if a deity shows up, like it's it's the end of
Right,
the game.
they're
can't-
not meant to be fought.
No, it's like if you go against the deity, then you're kind of dead. I mean,
Because the sort of like the temptation is if you provide a stat block, players
It'll
want to kill
find
it.
a way. Yeah.
That's right.
there are
And
stats
if
for
you
the
write a stat block, then at first,
I mean, there's plenty of history throughout the years, like adventure parties, rejoicing over killing Lol, for instance. Fucking owning Lol. Bam! Fuck you, Drow!
Screw you, Bahamut! Platinum Dragon, piff.
Platinum. Come on, man. I peeled off
Like,
his scales
if
and
you-
bought a kingdom.
the highest level thing would be like an avatar. I mean, that's above
Well-
Solar Angel territory, and that's
Yeah,
pretty bad already.
And I mean, they have started the Demon Lords. I mean, we got the stats for Pazuzu.
He's pretty
good.
badass.
Good old Pazuzu. Yeah, he is pretty
fight
badass.
him
as it
under
turns
water.
out.
You see, the demon lords I statted, I imagine, or at least like avatars or aspects of them, because the game's kind of slanted towards fighting evil people instead of Sarenrae.
Yeah, and again, I mean, Sarenrae, when last time she actually drew her sword and used it, she almost split the planet in two. So, I mean, yeah. She's
Well,
kind of,
That's a lot of fucking responsibility if she threatens to unsheath her sword if we can't come up with a convincing reason why we're awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Just grease it. She'll drop it.
Like, whoops! I rolled a 1 on the save. I mean,
Well,
I did put
you know
any of
what?
my god
The-
level
Drop sword,
things
it
in
falls through.
acrobatics. I fall.
They might not have statted any gods in a Pathfinder, but using our 3.5 backwards compatibility, which absolutely 100% exists, many of the powers of gods, particularly as you get up the divine ranks, includes the never failing a saving throw even if you roll a 1.
Yeah.
You could still succeed on that.
Yeah,
It's
and
kinda
they
like
have
a
the always
divine.
rolls 20, always.
Yes.
I always crit, always confirm, always succeed everything. So.
Yeah.
And you can't remove that because, I always succeed, so screw you.
So, when Sarenrae takes a swing at you, you better not be there.
Always max damage.
It's
Yes.
not like an auto succeed, but it's like unless you can't beat a 20 plus their base save,
Yeah, whatever
which is
it
like
is.
39 or whatever.
At least. That
I
is.
know.
Yes, it's permanent, true strike on everything, though. So
Yeah. Maximum damage.
I can get permanent true. I get like true strike on like a wand or something. It's
And-
very cheap,
And if you're
It takes
evil,
protection.
you just annihilated. Like it's just gone, just burned out of existence.
No. I think I could do that. I think, not exactly that my character's so diplomatic, but that he is willing to just you know what? Fuck this sort of wordy shit. Let me tell you how I really feel.
So let's pretend I'm worried.
My actions should speak for themselves. Yes, I torture people by finding their nerve clusters and sticking needles in them so that they're completely paralyzed yet conscious and I can have my way with them. But that doesn't mean I haven't tried to make
What?
peace between...
I am a drow. Did I mention?
that's what happened to the dwarf, huh?
Without,
brother? Really?
without evil, there can be no good. So it must be good to
I
be evil
see.
sometimes.
Ah, yes.
Up there.
So much room. Babies, purple flowers.
Yeah.
I just fucking use the goddamn South Park line on Sarenrae.
He's like, oh yes, I get that.
I can
That's
relate to
true.
this. Hmm.
That's true.
You see, really among the all scheme of things, I'm pretty sure I'm the lesser of all of the evil bastards you could face. Yes, I torture people and break their dreams. They're going to heaven to celebrate with their gods. They're petitioners. They won't remember a thing. I'm just masturbating my own mind here. Come on.
See, the thing with this week of downtime is I almost don't even know where to begin.
Well,
Day 1 surveillance. Day 2 surveillance. Just prodding their defenses, seeking weaknesses.
It is a strange and alien place indeed. Most people are very cautious around you. And, yeah. Well, you have access to the stage at least.
Alauneari genuinely has no interest in taking it over for once. So, that's almost kind of freeing.
I mean, even if she did, it'd be like, she wouldn't be able to enjoy herself here. She'd have to, like, wear that ugly mask.
Yeah, like, it's like, no, this is not something I want to own. I want to know everything there's to know about it. I would like to have it at my disposal, but I don't want to be here, ever.
Yeah, what is in the Southern Caverns, though?
Yeah, yes, exactly.
What could it be?
Did you really have to wait until she can scribe from the goddamn wall? That's something?
You know, she might not even be able to do that. There's no telling.
No.
No!
Mind reading. She'll come back here, you know, in the future.
Are there any, like, minor...
Is that a mom sitting there?
Are there, like, any minor or moderate magic items that are sort of exposed beyond that 1,000 gold piece market limit?
Let's see here.
Say, I didn't know whether they would be or not, given our current relationship with the Zan, but I thought I'd ask.
There are a few minor items. I will randomize them and post them tomorrow.
Okay. Just thought I'd check.
So this time it's gonna be like a +2 frost bow, right?
Just something to jab your finger in SMW's eye. Let's see how he can get this.
An unholy symbol of Agaris +16 to all channeling TCs.
Oh, we found this. It adds 30 rounds for every days you make. That's
oh god, I don't even want that. That's just too crazy.
Oh, you actually suggested something that went beyond Manakai's desires. Like what?
No, that would just be
that is even
it's like when Spider-Man, you know, shocks Electro. It's like, you want power, have all of it. That's that thing. It's like too much. You're given too much power now. So
I can live in a world where no one else can move. They're just constantly like half blind in this weird state.
It's beautiful. It's like I'm surrounded by statues.
Except for
So
everyone
pretty.
immune to negative energy.
Oh, what's that?
Oh yes, it counts as your channeling becomes an aura.
What is her name? Actually, now that I think of it, that Alauneari is kind of close to the Forsaken Grendel from the Wheel of Time. She's actually pretty close to her in character.
I don't know who that is.
Well,
Wheel of Time. Oh my god, it has been a long time since I've heard that.
It's a good series. It's a really good fantasy series. I like it a lot.
The threads.
Yes.
Of time.
To the search engine.
Boom, tell me what it is.
Quick to the internet.
It's an epic fantasy novel. Or
You shouldn't actually look anything up on it. You should just start reading it.
And then sing Dwarven Hobbit songs.
Yes. Far over.
I know you say it's the humming like they did in like An Unexpected Journey, and I'm like, far over.
It's great. I love that song.
I know. So do I. I did tell you I actually did buy the soundtrack for that first movie.
Yeah, totally worth it.
I was upset that they didn't have any more singing parts for the dwarves in The Desolation of Smog.
Yeah,
it was kind of good. Yeah, I really like how the dwarves are depicted in the movie. Actually, you don't really get to see many dwarves usually.
I mean, there's a lot of like comic relief in the dwarves, but I mean,
well, no, not that. Like the actual like civilization part, right at the beginning.
I really,
I don't know. There's a thing about dwarven sort of architecture and such. This is really damn badass.
I can see that.
I did enjoy how they portrayed Smaug. I think that they did a good job with that.
I know. You were surprised when I told you that was Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, I was like, what the F? That explains why Sherlock was so delayed. Because both of them were in freaking New Zealand.
Well.
Wearing crazy bodysuits to,
Oh, yeah.
record the movements of, I don't know, a fucking dragon.
Make that dragon into a spider of the same size, and that throne could be Alauneari's.
You will like fetch a length.
Same amount of gold, and then
enormous
spider.
We will kill that spider by having this one human whose ancestor.
We don't want. Let none survive.
He pulls
I will
out
hire
this.
a white orc to kill whoever survives. Yeah.
He will pull out this incredible bolt, this one bolt to kill them all.
Exactly.
That would only work though if it was like 3.5, and I could like permanency my transformation into a giant spider.
And we'll have his name be something similar, like we'll call him Bland or
Bland, Bland the bowman, right? That sounds fair.
Bland the crossbowman.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you don't have to be too close. You're not ripping anything up here, right?
Of course not. Of course
Original.
That's what the Dungeons and Dragons universe and Pathfinder, by extension, is all about: originality.
Yeah, originality. Like elves, you never heard about that before.
No.
Hobbits, I mean, that's original.
Never heard of ancient civilizations lost.
No. Or dwarves seeking hidden things.
No drow, torture,
Drow being evil, and poison, and.
I mean, it is certainly a game of stereotypes, but
that's something
used correctly.
Reality as well, right? Humans. Oh yeah, we've heard nothing about humans.
Yeah.
And
break it down, abstract it far enough, and everything basically sounds like everything else. Yeah. It's all the
all these Zan are the same. The fucking. Am I talking to Miku or the Sage? I can't fucking tell.
No,
they're doing it just on purpose.
The devil is in the details.
Things I will have to inquire about. I'll have to ask the definition, probably from Miku and the Sage. What does life debt mean? Like, I get it from like a sort of like philosophical standpoint, but this doesn't exist in my society, so
this is an alien concept to me.
I would like to learn more.
Oh, it means that if you get if you're to be executed, this guy will take the blow.
Okay. And obviously, he didn't swear that debt to the entire family, because there was only one man who ran pell-mell towards a pool full of aberrations, who risked everything to cast grease upon this flesh.
The thing, right? That's probably the person you want to have a life debt to.
Now I imagine almost the Shaft intro. Who's the man who charges in to save? Brilliant! Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, boy.
Right, have all the ladies fawning over me because I'm casting grease on things. Yep.
I couldn't help making the comparison in my mind to this whole exploration thing as to Expeditions Conquistador. This is the Spanish people walking into
What's this over here?
Actually, teach land.
Oh, fucking Expeditions Conquistador. God damn that game. The Eldorado mushroom comparison was made earlier, and I quite enjoyed that. Yeah. I've just left off. I'm going through the game, and the last bit I played was in the City of Gold, where one of my greedy followers picked up a goblet when I told him not to, and ended up provoking the wrath of some Aztec being.
Oh.
It's like, you will sacrifice one of your followers unless you have something else of value. And I'm like, take this fucking spear. You are allowed to go free. And everyone loses morale. And I'm like, I told you not to fucking do something as your commanding officer. And you're like,
I'm so shiny.
And
I gave him the spear too.
I know, it's like, we found the City of Gold and you want a goblet? We have an entire fucking city made out of gold!
Yeah.
But it was a goblet. I needed a goblet.
The greedy ones are really petty sometimes.
I mean, I avoided...
No, I need every single piece of it.
I know. I avoided bringing a racist with me, but as a result, I ended up, compromising and bringing greedy folks.
And aggressive people.
Yep. I only brought one.
No, let's not kill everyone. I
want to.
I know. The horrible combinations end up being like followers that have aggressive and cautious on them. I'm like, what do I do?
I have watched a lot of it. What you did actually watched like the first one, then I bought the game. But I got to where your wife is like.
My fucking wife.
Like, oh yeah, I was fooling around with this young boy and a young native, and now I don't really.
My wife.
Like, what the? That's an interesting event to have happened.
My native wife, who pledges her life eternally and loyally to me, who's going off on this great expedition to like help me here as like the Spanish conquistador. An event triggers, which I have to assume is one of my Spaniard members of the expedition, and it's Tayana, my native wife, fooling around with one of the natives. Her words, and I lose my goddamn mind. I'm like,
It was like 3 days after you're married. Anyway.
Can I lose morale when you cheat on me? Because you lose morale.
Yeah. She had like the faithful thing. Yeah. If you do anything promiscuous,
That's pretty good.
And anyway, she's like completely open about it. Like she's not even like she was completely into it.
What are you gonna do about it? That's what I'm.
I have to like try to persuade this old woman not to curse her.
It's okay.
It was consensual. Fuck you.
He touched me in ways you would never touch me. He's like, oh god damn it.
And then
That's why your pious conquistador was like, so this is the natives, huh? I can expect.
From the same village, I end up getting that 15-year-old translator girl who's like, oh my god, I just want to go to play topic.
Yeah, it's like, just come on.
That's right.
What could go wrong? This could. Having like the chieftain's daughter in my employ, that'll be useful at some point, I'm sure.
So, Jonas, getting back to the game, I have to, just curiosity, how much of the material we've seen is stuff that Fire Mountain Games has provided versus stuff that you've provided?
It's hard to separate because I embellish on things or change it around and stuff. So it's very few things you have encountered that is purely Fire Mountain Games.
Okay.
Because I do change around and tweak it and stuff.
When I read information about the book, I also looked at like some reviews of it, and like one of the complaints was that there was so little time devoted to like each Explorer and Overlord campaign individually, since it's just like a fusion mishmash. So I didn't know how much detail Fire Mountain Games actually provided for you.
I mean, I have seen exploration maps that are. I